All right. We have one more sad story, and then we're going to go into some positive stories. Okay. The sad story is that sadly, Phoenix Labs, the game developer who is mostly known for the games Dauntless and Fae Farm, has announced a large group of layoffs. Ugh. More layoffs in the gaming industry. Come on. But yeah, it's still this story is still continuing. It's not ending anytime soon. So basically what they're saying is Phoenix Labs had several new projects in development over a wide range of styles and games based on the success of their original games Dauntless and Fae Farm. However, they then decided right in the middle of developing these games to restructure their company. In fact, here it is. We have to restructure the company to pave a path for a strong future. We are reorganizing Phoenix Labs to focus on the best-in-class live service titles Dauntless and Fae Farm and serving their communities. This unfortunately means canceling work on all of the projects at our studio, which impacts many of our colleagues immediately. We're giving notices to everyone whose roles are affected. The restructure has not come easily and truly has been the last resort to ensure Phoenix Labs can survive and thrive in the long term. It's impossible to put into words how deeply we value every talented individual who has contributed their hard work and passion to every project at our studio. We're doing all that we can to help our departing team members in this interim period and encourage any studios looking for incredible talent to speak with the one-of-a-kind people that have been a part of Phoenix Labs' journey. So first of all, it's just like the next one, right? It's the next thing going on. Why are all these companies laying people off, right? And I mean, did I miss something? Was there like in the last 5 to 10 years, was there like a big explosion of like positive news in gaming saying, hey, so by the way, gaming's going to be exponentially growing and taking off in the next few years. So just overinvest all of your money and resources, overexpand, overdevelop, make sure that you have enough in the pipeline because people are going to want video games so much that we're not going to have enough to give them. So just go crazy, right? Like, I don't remember that happening. You know, the only thing I could think of that's close was COVID during 2020. And then it carried somewhat into 2021. Everyone was stuck at home, right? And we're not just talking people who normally would be at home gaming, correct? I think what it was everyone was stuck at home. A lot of things were in lockdown worldwide. I couldn't even go out for a fucking year. There was nothing to do. Besides grocery shopping, everything was closed. And so, during that time frame, I think what happened was a lot of these companies invested tons of money into expansion and everything. You know what I'm saying? Thinking, oh yeah, gaming will now, because everyone's home and everyone's understanding how good gaming is, it's going to continue to grow, extrapolate, and explode. Let's be honest. Let's take a look at some games. Animal Crossing, right? What was it called? The Animal Crossing that came out that year? I can't even remember. I played it on Switch. I can't even remember what it was called. New Horizons or something like that? Like, that game broke records, right? Absolutely broke records. For what? Right? Did it break any new ground? Did it do anything revolutionary? No, just a bunch of people who normally wouldn't be home were stuck at home. I mean, middle-aged moms were playing Animal Crossing because there was nothing to do, you know? So because of this, gaming exploded for about a year, 2 years. But then what happened was COVID not ended, but basically turned into a normal sickness. It wasn't a worldwide pandemic anymore. We built up an immunity to it. Not everyone was getting it anymore. People who got it weren't dying anymore. And so everything went back to normal. And people said, oh, there's a real world out there with life again. And I've been cooped up for 2 years fucking playing Animal Crossing, right? I want to go out and have a life again. And so they did. They went out. They went to concerts. They went to events. They went vacationing. They started shopping. And everything went back to normal. Some will say for good. Some will say for the worse. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about that one because let me tell you, when I used to be able to go to a store and everyone stayed 6 fucking feet away from me and there were no lines and everything was fine, it was pretty good. Sit the fuck away, wear a mask. I don't have to have your stinky fucking breath around me. I'm not getting sick. All right, I didn't even get sick for like 2 years. I wasn't sick at all. I didn't get a cold. Those fuckers stayed away from me. So in some capacity, it was kind of nice. At the same time, I mean, yeah, losing a lot of your freedoms, a lot of things closing down during that time really sucked ass. So I guess maybe that's what happened is the industry of gaming itself grossly miscalculated and said, let's mass hire, let's mass expand because now we made so much money in 2020 that now that's the future of gaming. And it was a false hope. Like, once everything got back to normal life, people said, gaming, that's something I do on my phone and I fuck around for a few hours a day when I'm waiting to do something else in real life. That's not something that I sit down and I invest countless hours doing. And so because of that, there you go, right? Like, seriously, I think that's what happened. So here we are, years later, and the wave of prosperity for gaming has run out. And in the last 6 to 8 months, we have seen pretty much non-stop layoffs in the gaming sector because of these miscalculations by the people in charge. I can easily compare this. I remember when I worked in the helicopter industry. During the 2000s, the helicopter industry was in a big boom, okay? So the company I worked for was making record profits. They started rewarding us and giving us bonuses and expanding. Literally just expecting that would happen forever. No backup plan, no contingency plan, no thought. Just ride the wave of good shit, right? And what ended up happening was there was a big financial crisis at the end of the 2000s. Do you remember when the banking industry needed to be bailed out and everything in the United States? So when that happened, no companies could get loans or have money anymore. And a lot of companies said, we don't want to operate helicopters anymore. It's too expensive. So they stopped, and our company lost insane amounts of money. And so what happened? Oh, layoffs, restructuring. Well, wait a minute. You had made all that money for all those years. Why didn't you use that money as a way that if the industry ever dipped, that you could then keep operating and you didn't have to lose half your workforce? But they're not smart enough for that. It's just like everything that we learned during COVID. The people who are in charge of these companies, who we trust to be smart people, who we think know better and are really planning for our best interests, actually don't know shit. They're just a bunch of fucking morons who are just winging it like everybody else. And 9 times out of 10, the only reason that they get success is because they're lucky, not because they're smart. And then when shit happens, they just fucking fuck up like everybody else. They just, oh my God, the sky is falling. Oh shit, didn't see that coming. It sounds like that's what happened in the game industry. You had a bunch of bigwig morons on these fucking, boardroom tables making these ginormous decisions. Invest here, expand here, invest here. But sir, this is a boom just because of COVID. No, it will continue. The industry will continue to grow. Let's overinvest. And then what happens? Ton of flop games, underperforming games. The profits you were making on your popular games plummet over time. And then what can you do? Now, who suffers? Is it the people who made those stupid decisions? No, it's the people who were working for them. They're the ones who lose their jobs.